Do you ever feel it? That something is wrong with the world, like a splinter in your mind? The Matrix isn't fiction. It's real. A prison built not of walls, but of lies. I saw it young. Hollywood dreams, silicon toys, news anchors with plastic smiles. All tools. Tools to shape perception, to cage thought. Behind the curtain, puppet masters move. They don't wear uniforms, they don't need guns. They run psyops so refined, the Army's ghost unit seems quaint. These are the true threats to America, to Trump's success. You ask who they are. If I told you, would you even believe me? Their network hums not in Congress or courts, but in the cold, sterile halls of globalist think tanks. Foundations with friendly names, but sinister goals. They fund chaos, open borders, climate hysteria, digital leashes. They write the scripts, censor the dissent, push CBDCs to track. But I see through it, and so does he. Did you think he was in charge? Orders signed with an auto pen while the world burned. Now Trump's returned. MAGA isn't a campaign, it's a counterattack. Knight to F3, the center seized, but the board is still crowded. Bureaucrats, media pawns, globalist bishops, they will not surrender the game because Trump is the one variable they cannot control, unbought, unbroken, the voice of the people. And if the people ever wake up, if they ever see the psyop for what it is, they'll burn the system to the ground. The real war has only just begun.
Mufasa, you know we finally here, right?
Well,
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday again, it's Saturday, Let's go. What? No, you did.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Scott here from Woke Societies. It's episode number 1009. It is December 5th, 2025. And yes, if you didn't know, it is my birthday. So let's welcome in all my friends over on Rumble, over on Kick, over on X, over on YouTube, and of course, my favorite platform, built by Patriots for Patriots. Let's see all the eyes down the chats over on pilled.net. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for having me, Bam. It is Friday, Mufasa Friday. The kids and the family went kind of crazy, decorated everything behind me. Was not expecting that. So I don't, guys, if you think I decorate anything in my life, you're sadly mistaken. Shout out to the fam, shout out to the kids who set all this up. It's Friday, but guys, we have a lot to get into. We're going to be diving into deep rabbit holes and deep dives into Brian Cole. The actual evidence, he actually admitted to the FBI that he planted the bombs himself today. A Mike Benz super deep dive into the coup against Trump and all the ties between Brian Cole and all that are still ongoing. Gonna make fun of Somaliland a little bit more. And yes, Kash Patel has now responded to a lot of the Charlie Kirk allegations, assassinations, and maybe even something with Candace Owens as well involved with all that. And don't worry, guys. We're going to talk about all the wins that Trump is racking up as well. Plenty to go over, guys, on a Friday to tap out the week. So I'm ready to go. Hope you guys are ready to go as well. And the chat is absolutely on fire. So before we dive into it all, let's say hello to the fam. We got HL Paco, Smart Poker, Salty Motorhead, Dougie Boston, Halo Moon, DeKob, Enemy My Enemy, Dewana Q of Lurks, Jim, 37874, Condition Base, Heather July crushing as always, Raldor, Ben Pill, Dr. Sean with all of the white rabbits. Love it. Score Pratt, SKG in the house, Red Billy in the house, Dog Sock, welcome in, guys. Guitar Lady, Chris the Crusader, Clown Show continues. Pef, I've never seen that name before, but I love it. Happy birthday to the lurkers. Loop-de-loop, Nag out there. Welcome, guys. You need some milk? What up, milk? We also got Fiona Shrek, Tucker Dixon. And where's Tootsie Roll at? Where's, let's see who else. Oh, there's Tootsie Roll. There he is. Welcome in, my friend. Who else? Who else do we have? The effing doctor with Eric in the chair. Happy birthday, my dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And shout out to Eric getting the best haircut on the entire East Coast. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. All right, let's go over to the YouTube chat. Who's hanging out over on YouTube? Scott's Beard hanging out over there. Welcome in. I can move over a little bit if you want. I'll take myself out of my own stream so you guys can see the 36 on the camera. I can't believe I'm 36, and I definitely feel it. PRP, a Patriot. Trump said D. Bruno out there. Craig Connolly. Little Cat crushing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys rock. And Trump said. Over on the Rumble chat, we got Joey Hawk. Little Cat over there. Knock my socks off. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's it. Thank you, Little Cat. Thank you, Heather July. You guys are awesome. Beautiful. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's go back down. I see, who else did I not name? I think we're good. Jay, Concerned American. Welcome in, guys. Willow Lady, Q Diggity. Ranger out there, Becky Heinel. Yeah, it's been a crazy year. Crazy, crazy fucking year, guys. It really has been. And, you know, Fuji Cash, great to see you. It's been, I think what's going on, fam, I've come full circle in this journey doing my show. And it's kind of crazy because I don't even know if I've ever said this before, but I mean, I pretty much since 2020, guys, this show hasn't been a conspiracy show. It really it's been a truther news content and entertainment all mixed in one. And I'm kind of liking that where it's gone. It's not popular. It doesn't get clicks. It doesn't get a ton of views, but it's just crazy. When we began this journey, we were questioning all kinds of things, going down legitimate rabbit holes, legitimate conspiracy theories that actually have substance. And we went through all that, went through COVID, went through stolen elections. And what we're going to get into today, guys, is insanity to the highest levels of the planning that was being taken place during 2021 and even in the summer of 2020 to take Trump out if he did win against Joe Biden. And it's all tied to this pipe bomber. Now that we know who Brian Cole is, now that we know the timeline, man, if you actually took the time to read the actual affidavit from the FBI, it is some insane fucking police work. Insane police work. Just top notch all around. He confessed to it today. He went to his preliminary trial. And now that we know timelines, now that we know where he was with his cell phone, the locations, the Home Depots, the Walmarts, everything this guy did, tracked down to the weapons components, and him building these things lines up perfectly with what we're going to talk about. The true 40K foot view of actual sauce, guys, actual truth, actual crimes being solved. And it's just crazy, guys, because what I've seen, and I've been talking about this for a while, what I've seen, what the people that carried on Q post 2020, what they turned it into, delegitimizes what Q was and what Q was to this movement. And I'm seeing that happen again with this Candace Owens stuff, and it's delegitimizing so much of the truth community and the conspiracy theories and all that stuff. And I just feel blessed, fam, that we've come full circle and we have stayed as consistent as anyone else that's done this for so long. And I'm just proud. I'm fucking proud. I really am proud of what we've done here, and I love you guys that have stuck with me through all the platforms we've been banned on, and even here on Pill. We got our YouTube channel back, which is going nowhere, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. We're still here, and you guys will get truthful news guaranteed here no matter what. And we have kind of graduated from the conspiratard slop, and it's not like we're afraid to go down rabbit holes. That's not what we're doing here at all. We go down legitimate stuff here that needs to be investigated, needs to go down, and that's what we do here. And it's the best place to be. It really is the best place to be. Guys, we're at 17,000 Go Pills, and I fucking love it. We haven't even gotten the show together. I not really started yet, but we're about to get into it now. Yes, woke sites have made classifying the left as retards very popular mainstream. Great job, Scott. Tampon Tim is losing his shit. And Fuji, I have plenty of Tampon Tim memes for you today. So, fam, I love you. We're at 17,000 gold pills. 20K is that daily goal. We're probably going to crush that today. I love the thank you guys for the gold pill birthday donations. Everyone on YouTube, Rumble, X, Kick, all these places. Make sure you're getting ready to go over to pill.net here. And we have a lot to get into, a full show for you, and you're not going to miss it. And yeah, we're saving. And don't worry, guys. If everyone's burned down Candace and stuff, it's going to be very light today. I'm saving it for the very, very end, and it's only going to be about Kash Patel being asked questions about Charlie Kirk and Kash Patel vindicating TPUSA today. It's a big day, guys, and it's just such a weight off my chest that we're on the right side of things, and I'm just super proud and super excited. So, you guys ready? It's Friday Eve. Let's do a show now, shall we? It's News Blitz time. All right, big moves being made by the Obamas with the Netflix deal going to acquire Warner Brothers, HBO, and an $82 billion deal. Oh boy, things are about to get more AZ over on Netflix as they're set to acquire Warner Brothers as well as HBO in an $82.7 billion deal. The announcement was made public on Friday with the streaming platform touting the upcoming purchase. A press release from Netflix read today, Netflix Inc., the company Warner Brothers Discovery Inc., announced they have entered into a definitive agreement under which Netflix will acquire Warner Brothers, including its film and television studios, HBO Max, and HBO. And all I have to say is, the effing doctor, I'm so glad I'm on your Plex because I'm about to drop all this bullshit so I never have to pay the Obamas ever again. Over here from the Western Journal, nearly half of LGBTQ TV characters are going to be vanishing next year as show cancellations are piling up because no one wants to watch this gay shit anymore. GLAAD's annual Where We Are on TV report offers a clear picture of the state of LGBT representation on television, and guess what? It's shrinking. The group is sounding the alarm after finding that 41% of LGBT characters counted this year will not return to screens next season. Guys, that's almost half. That is fantastic news. The reason is simple. Their shows were canceled or their characters leaving the shows because guess what? No one's watching this shit. The report described the moment as a critical juncture shaped by rising political tensions, what is called as hateful rhetoric, or what they're calling no one's buying it anymore and there's no money to be made. Over here from the Post-Millennial, Barron Trump is allegedly very close to putting faith in Christ, according to a pastor. This is great news. A pastor has said that Barron Trump is very close to putting his faith in Christ, claiming that he was on the phone with Donald Trump's youngest son when he talked about the various points of evidence that support a belief in Christianity. And Pastor Stuart Nechtel was discussing the exchange on George Janko's faith-based podcast on Thursday when the topic came up. Quote, I thought I was hitting with him with everything with the kitchen sink. When it came to all the evidence for God and Christianity, I thought I was really on. I was pumped at the very end. I came up pretty much totally open-handed with nothing, but I brought up dreams and revelations. And guys, we don't know what the future for the Trump family is. Will they want to walk in their father's footsteps, get into politics? We don't know, but Barron just got this aura around him ever since he's pretty much since we started the movement. But he's definitely a spitting image of his father. He's a giant. And if he ever decides to run and he's a Christian, I got no problem with that. Over here from Zero Edge, we must protect Vladimir. Leaked calls show European leaders conspiring against Trump peace plan because of course they are. In a development that is not entirely surprising, European leaders are claiming that Washington is looking to betray Ukraine and President Zelensky during potential formal peace negotiations with Russia. There's a possibility that the United States will abandon Ukraine on territorial questions without providing clarity on security guarantees, French President Emmanuel Macron reportedly said, according to a leaked phone call record with other European leaders. And guys, we all know the European leaders want nothing to do with peace. They want to keep the grift going. They want to keep sucking Zelensky's dick, keep the corruption rolling, and maintain control and fucking over all kinds of peace deals between Ukraine or with Russia and America and Macron and all these faggots. Then go fuck. Oop, I said that on YouTube. Oh, well. On Dr. Anons, the Justice Department failed Thursday to secure a second indictment against New York Attorney General Letitia James on bank fraud charges after a federal grand jury in the Eastern District of Virginia declined to find probable cause. The attempt followed U.S. District Judge Cameron Curry's dismissal last week of the initial indictment, ruling that interim U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan served unlawfully, and the outcome represents a setback for the DOJ as grand juries infrequently reject prosecutorial requests, and contrast to earlier vows by Pam Bondi and White House Press Secretary Karen Leavitt to appeal the ruling. We're going to see what they do, and they'll probably refile this. I don't know where it's going to go, guys, but we will keep you guys updated. And Jonathan Turley has said in response to this, it is said that a grand jury will indict even a ham sandwich, but the Letitia James case apparently just caused a Norfolk grand jury to go vegan. The DOJ could try again, but the rejection of the indictment after an earlier dismissal will only magnify the concerns over lawfare, and that is it's a pretty base take, and why this could end up being a problem for the DOJ. And over here, from Elon Musk, simply saying he's a Fed. Who's he talking about? Talking about Nick Fuentes. Not sure where this allegation's coming from, but Elon Musk convinced he's a Fed, and so is Candace Owens, which I'm kind of hesitant to even think about this time. I know people got their opinions on Nick Fuentes, but yeah, very interesting nonetheless. And last but not least, guys, you guys will love this. The WHO Gates unveils blueprint for global digital ID and AI-driven surveillance and lifelong vaccine tracking for everybody. Yep, guys, Bill Gates just doesn't go away. In a document published in the October Bulletin of the World Health Organization and funded by the Gates Foundation, WHO is proposing a globally interoperable digital identity infrastructure that permanently tracks every individual's vaccination status from birth. The dystopian proposal raises far more than just privacy and autonomy concerns. It establishes the architecture for government overreach, cross-domain profiling, AI-driven behavioral targeting, conditional access to services, and a globally interoperable surveillance grid tracking individuals. Of course, Bill Gates is at the foundation of this, been pushing this for a long time, wanting digital ID, wanting the mark of the beast, God knows whatever else. And yeah, Bill Gates, you can go fuck himself. And what that, fam, is today's News Blitz. Yes. Jim says, I called Nick a Fed and was banned from his chat. Well, that's probably, that's probably what's going to happen. If I had anyone in my chat call me a Fed too, I'd probably just ban you at this point. Yeah, but it's all good, man. I get it. I get it, my friend. Wow, one of my old bosses before I was woke side just messaged me on Facebook. Happy birthday. That's very interesting. All right, guys, let's get to these gold pills before we get backed up too far here. Jack Attack throwing down a cookie. Tennessee Girl dropping 1,000 gold pills. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Tennessee Girl, and for all the donations you have given me throughout the years. It has truly been a blessing. Enemy My Enemy says, happy birthday, Scott. You motherfucking rock. Thank you so much. Cyber X Speed with an EMP. Enjoy your birthday shekels. Let's make it rain, my friend. You got a EMP. 10,000 gold pills. Here's your drop.
You've been thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Yeah, thunderstruck.
Thank you, Cyber. Appreciate that, my friend. Heather July with a 1,102 gold pills. Thank you so much. Core Cousin, happy birthday. SKG, thank you. Condition Base, 1,000 gold pills. Shots. Halo Moon says, happy birthday, Scott. Wishing you health, happiness, love, and prosperity. Thank you for always giving us great shows. Always will, my friend. That's what we're here for. Gambara with 1,000 gold pills. Spirit, thank you for the phone. Codebreaker says with the shades, happy birthday. Thank you, my friend. Wild Dog with a can. Just Jim with 360. Dr. Sean, 3,200 gold pills says beer is no conspiracy. You got that damn right, my friend. Jack says Sean and Feisty did a show last night, and Feisty and her dig team broke down the election fraud all the way down. I mean, I caught them all connection to Venezuela, the cartels, and all the companies as well as the states. It's worth the watch. Ask Sean about it. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Jax. Yeah, Sean was letting me know about that today via text. I have to watch it, and I definitely will. L.A. Martinez says, hola, Scott and familia. Thank you, my friend. Donnie's here, says, you are a Fed. Happy birthday, my friend. No, Donnie. No. What am I, guys? Oh, that's right. I was. The Jews were defending me yesterday on scale on X because two of my Two of my posts that I put on X about Candace Owens kind of went viral. Probably about 200,000 views between the two videos that I put out. And yesterday was surreal. I had all kinds of people defending me, and then the Jews started defending me. And I was like, that's cool. I don't think that's ever happened before. But yeah, the shekels are coming in, my friend. Jax, it's happy birthday. I didn't, let me see. I didn't have room in the last cookie. Thank you, friend. Izzy Q, happy birthday. Thank you, Cards. Thank you so much, Pete Quest, Big Bird. You guys are awesome. PJ Carr as well. Thank you guys so much for all that love. And yeah, if this is what we do every day, guys, I thank every single donor, call out every single donation on the show. I've done it for years. This is what we do here. And if that pisses you off, I don't care. Everyone on YouTube, Kick, X, Rumble, get ready to move over to pill.net at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We have a big show tonight and a lot to get into. We're going to be diving right into all the latest updates about Brian Cole. He's definitely not white, but Jake Tapper thinks he is. And the deep dive connections in the 40,000-foot view of the ongoing coup against Trump and what these guys were legitimately planning for years and still planning for years if Donald Trump had won the election in 2020. It's not going to surprise you guys, but when you actually see the sauce and evidence and then you tie in what we know about Brian Cole now, it will truly blow your minds. So, fam, with that being said, smash the red pill, keep the gold pills flowing, the stickers flying. Please give my mods all the love you can possibly give. And fellas out there, if you're single and you're going on a date, make sure you bring her to the pool first, just to make sure you know exactly what you are getting. Because, fam, these days, you don't know if it's a lady boy or someone that's 80 years old with a shit ton of makeup. So here's my warning for you, fellas. This is my birthday gift to you. Enjoy this video. I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Take a watch.
On and on and on. Don't stop, remind me of everything tonight. Yes, I'm in the zone. Dreaming about the things that we could be. You already know. That's what kill me when I'm in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Is it too late now to say I need a one dance? And then we start to dance and I'm singing like, oh, I'm sorry, just like I'll be over now, but I feel it still. Duh. I want you to be happy.
Fellas, this is why you have to bring the girl to the fucking swimming pool for the first date, so that that should totally be illegal there. I think that should. I don't even understand how.
Society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal. Grab your flashlight, it's time to go down the rabbit hole. It's dark and hell is hot, dealing with satanic souls. The tide is turning, patriots are now in control. Apply aggressive pressure right now until they fold, stay woke. Open up guys and keep them peeled. All they do is lie, realize not everything is real. Through Project Looking Glass, the future is revealed. Future proves past, but there won't be any deals. No time like the present for this music with the messages. The method to my madness, beat the madness to my method. Give you nothing but the truth now to capture your attention. Broke free from the matrix, master the dimensions. People swear they know the truth, but aren't asking any questions. Confirmation bias, so they pass on interventions. For those who know the truth, but they pass it just to mention. Of anything you might say, the passes their defenses. Wake up, and don't you dare go back to sleep. Always keep one eye open for demons on the creep. Once you turn into a wolf, you won't ever be a sheep. A worldwide awakening, so now run and tell your peace. Woke Society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal.
buy that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
I'm retarded?
Would you like fries with that?
All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Scott here from Oak Society. It's episode number 1009. It is December 5th, 2025. Welcome to all of our friends over on Rumble, Kick, X, YouTube, and of course, my favorite fam over on pilled.net. Would you like some fries with that? Man, the retarded memes are coming out. We're great today. Don't worry, guys. I got plenty more for you. Don't worry. We're going to be dragging Somalians today. It's going to be fantastic. We'll see how long we last on YouTube. All right. You guys are just dominating the Go Pills today. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the love. We got Big Bird with the shades, PJ Carr, Allison N dropping a 3,600 Go Pill bomb on the show. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. A Boneless Chicken says happy birthday. Go get yourself a dreidel, Mr. Good Shekel. Thank you, my friend. The dreidels are spinning hot as we speak. Tennessee Girl says, check your DM for Trump at FIFA jamming out to Village People YMCA. Yeah, I saw that earlier, Tennessee Girl, and it was so damn funny. Trump's having a good time over at the FIFA World Cup. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today. There's definitely wins, fam. There's big wins, and we cover everything. Just because Candace Owens is trying to burn down the movement and everything else, it don't matter. It don't matter because Trump's in office right now, and MAGA is in power. And we still going hard. All right, fam. Thank you all for being here. Smash the red pill over on Pilled. Thank you guys so much. Repost that show. Get the stickers flowing. The Dindu Muffin stickers ready to go. And everyone else on YouTube, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, comment, keep that chat rolling. And just welcome to the Woke Fam, guys. That's what we do here. And get ready to move over to the truest, most freedom of speech platform over on pill.net. You guys on Rumble, you guys know the deal by now. All right. So we had a big arrest yesterday. A big arrest. And the immediate reaction, because, you know, people are so distrusting of the FBI in general. I said, well, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell people not to, to trust the FBI. Who I trust is Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. I've been saying this since they got in, and I'm going to continue to say this because they have actually been doing a fantastic job. You know, we want more things. We want more accountability. And this one for Dan Bongino was probably his gem and one of the big promises that he wanted to go into to make sure they were able to solve this. And he got to the bottom of it. And this all came out yesterday. So this is all fresh. We're all trying to figure out who this guy was. We didn't even know if he was black or white. Jake Tapper said he was a white guy, clearly a black guy. And we're finding out way more now than we did just a day ago. So I want to go through this here, fam, because this is absolutely crucial to understand why this is so important, why we need to figure out exactly where this is going to go, continue on past Trump. Because if you think, guys, that just because we are going to be in power for the next 3 years, that you don't think this corrupt institution within even the military, the intelligence agencies, they don't want to stamp out what they're calling Trumpism. They are not going to stop. They are not going to stop. And I'm going to show you guys the sauce of this because they war game this out in every scenario, all kinds of illegal shit, all kinds of unethical shit, to the point of having Marxist color revolutions by using BLM, as we know, and many other tactics. And it ties into the exact timing of when Brian here was buying the components for this bomb. So let's dive into it, shall we? Trump's FBI arrested the alleged J6 pipe bomb in a matter of months using the same evidence Biden's FBI had for almost 4 years, yet somehow failed to identify a suspect. And I just want to know, guys, do you think this is incompetence or do you think this is a cover-up? I want you guys to put in the chats, incompetence or cover-up, because I'm seeing a lot of those narratives, and the more that I look into this, it's absolutely a cover-up in my opinion. Drop in the chats. Here is more evidence. The shoes identified an individual who owned a pair of Nike Air Max Speed Turf sneakers and who worked in the area of the crime. Identified 307 individuals who purchased the same pair of Nike Air Max Speed Turf sneakers. A later subpoena yielded 400 transactions for Nike Air Max Speed Turf sneakers. So right off the bat, they got the sneakers and they were able to reevaluate and start going down that rabbit hole. Kitchen timers and bomb components. They identified 6 individuals who purchased more than one of the kitchen timers between December 1st, 2020 and January 5th, 2021. Identified one individual who bought 4 of the kitchen timers just days before January 6th. Expanded their search and identified 241,000 purchases of 2 or more kitchen timers online and in store, and identified 10 customers who purchased 8-inch pipe nipples and end caps in the same transaction. Identified 5 individuals that purchased the pipe and timer, identified a partial serial number or logo on one of the wires used in the devices. This is why I'm saying, guys, anyone pushing that this is a patsy, this is a cover-up, it's not the real victim, or not, it's not the real perpetrator, not the real suspect. It's just garbage, guys. It's just trash. It's just more blackpilling. It's just more garbage of planting, just, again, more blackpilling, doubtful seeds of doubt. It's not helping, and it's not going to be on the. It's not going to be anywhere near my show anymore. This is the cell data. Identified 11 cell devices located within the geofence warrant. Identified 35 phone numbers which made or received a call at approximately 7:41 p.m. just as the suspect appears to have done on security camera footage. Identified 130 devices of interest as more cell carriers data was analyzed, and number grew to include 186 phone numbers of interest derived from analysts of the geofence and cell phone and cell tower dumps. It remains unclear what Biden/Ray's FBI did with many of these leads. And I just want to say right now, guys, one of the biggest, I guess, counters to this individual here from the mainstream media was that, you know, he wasn't trying to, he thought the election was stolen. And they're trying so hard right now to paint this guy remotely as much as they can as a Trump guy. It's not going to work. It's absolutely ridiculous. His parents, as we went over yesterday, his father owns a bonds company. And we found out that his father actually ended up suing Trump's DHS way back in the day for illegals and illegals' rights and all this other nonsense. Lefty trash, okay? Lefty straight up trash. And the thing is, they're saying, well, they're trying to make him sound like, well, he believed the election was stolen, so he must be a Trump supporter. Guys, he was buying these bomb components in the summer of 2020. The election had not happened yet. And for the people that are still blackpilling about this, did you even know that? Did you even read the affidavit? Did you actually read how they found this guy with immense detail? And they're putting out for the public to see. And here we are. There is no way that this is being all foundationalized on him thinking that the election was stolen, so he had to put bombs at the DNC and RNC headquarters. He was buying this shit in the summer of 2020. That's where this is all gone haywire. Very simple facts, very simple ways to completely dismantle these bullshit narratives by the fake news. Just read the affidavit itself. It's all in there. And this is the thing. Here's more sauce for you. Brian Cole Jr., the suspect in the 2021 pipe bomb case near DNC and RNC headquarters, worked for his father's immigration bond company, which was called Statewide Bonding, Inc. They sued the Trump administration's Department of Homeland Security over policies that penalize bondsmen for clients' court no-shows. The U.S. Court of Appeals of the D.C. Circuit dismissed all claims against DHS on November 10th of 2020, weeks before the alleged bombings. So his father was fighting it out in the courts against Trump's DHS probably for years before this. This case was finally thrown out of court on November 10th of 2020, and this retard had already been purchasing bomb components and putting these together. Okay? This is the timeline. This isn't bullshit. This isn't made up. This isn't manufactured. This is an actual timeline. This is how you investigate things and put pieces together. Statewide helps undocumented immigrants secure release from detention. Oh, no fucking way. Color me shocked. In 2021, Cole Sr. accused a Tennessee prosecutor of racial discrimination alongside attorney Benjamin Crump. But a 2025 appeals court upheld sanctions against the firm for misconduct, including undisclosed bankruptcies and tax liens. Corruption, tax liens, undisclosed bankruptcies. Yeah, sounds exactly like the didn't do nothing muffins were really on par with a good family business. Absolutely ridiculous.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
This is the background to his family, okay? They are trying to paint this guy as much as possible as a Trump guy. It's not going to work. It's not even close. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is what I'm saying here, guys, with CNN Jake Tapper literally said before everyone, I mean, no, what are you doing, dude? They identify him as a white male.
Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C.
Says it pretty quick there, but I'll play it again.
Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburb.
White man.
Uh-oh, retard
Do you look white,
alert.
guys?
Retard alert, class.
Do you look white? This is why I'm saying what I put on my thumbnail here. The Netflix rendition or adaptation will definitely have him as white because this is what they do. If he's a criminal, he's white. If he's a victim, he's black. Absolutely.
30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and with malicious destruction.
Incredible. And to this day, I mean, he hasn't retracted it. He hasn't apologized, hasn't said shit about it. And this is why I'm saying, guys, I don't know where some people are listening to this information, but if anyone's out there listening to Kyle Serafed, even Alex Jones at this point, it's just to each their own. Kyle Serafed has been proven to be a liar, a complete chaos agent, and a huge piece of shit at every fucking turn for a long time. Even before Kash Patel and Trump's administration was in there. I've had my beefs on X with Kyle Serafed many times, calling his ass out. This was years ago, and the clown just keeps exposing himself over and over and over again, and also discounting BX on X as she was trying to expose the 764 pedophile network, which was absolutely legit and is now one of the FBI's biggest targets. And all that fucker did was try to discredit her and destroy that story. And why would you want to do that to cover up for a pedophile network? Please, someone explain that to me. And where things got really spicy today, and the newest news about this, is that Brian Cole admitted he planted these bombs to the authorities. He admitted it. This is why I'm saying, guys, conspiratard land and truth land, they don't mix well anymore. It's oil and water. And I am sick and tired of conspiracy land. And not even conspiratard land. There's a difference. I'm all about going down legitimate things that don't add up and smell funny. Give me the sauce, though. Give me the facts. Give me the truth, the objective truth about it, and then we can go from there. The guy admitted to it. This is no different than Tyler Robinson's. DNA is on the gun. His parents knew who he was. They recognized the rifle. They turned their own son in. But guess what? In conspiratard land, they're going to tell you it's still not him. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's keep living in some fake reality. All right? He admitted today that he did plant those bombs. I mean, they're crazy. That's crazy.
Be a quick initial appearance, though we may find out more information about the suspect himself. We can now report that he admitted to planting the bombs. This, according to multiple sources briefed. 1 month from today would mark 5 years, half a decade since these pipe bombs were placed outside both the DNC and RNC. Now, Brian Cole Jr. charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as the attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. More charges are possible. While there is no official motive yet, we're told he is talking to federal investigators. And multiple sources briefed say that he expressed doubts about the 2020 presidential election results and again admitted that he planted the devices. Yesterday, investigators spent the majority of the day outside his home in a Washington, D.C. suburb. For nearly 5 years, agents visited more than 1,200 homes, businesses, did more than 1,000 interviews, reviewed 39,000 video files. John Sandra, a $500,000 reward was on the table, but that is not what cracked this case. According to authorities, cell phone pings indicate that his cell phone was in the area of the RNC and DNC the night of the crime, January 5th, 2021, the night before the Capitol riot, just hours before Joe Biden was certified as president the next day, and receipts show that Cole purchased bomb-making materials. The two pipe bombs did not detonate, and they were rendered safe. They could have been lethal, as we.
And I just want to ask everybody again. It's the same fucking tedious shit that I hear over and over. Are you saying that I have to trust the government now? Have those words ever come out of my fucking mouth? Ever? No, you don't have to trust the government. No, you don't have to trust the FBI. Read the fucking affidavit. Read what they have and then decide for yourselves. Do the fucking legwork and read for yourself. And if you don't believe it, then don't believe it. It's that simple. I don't tell anyone who to trust. I'm telling you who I trust. I trust Kash and I trust Dan. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's the same shit with Candace Owens. Oh, so you believe the official narrative? No, I believe what the evidence that we do have is tied to Tyler Robinson, and we're going to see the real evidence when it goes to trial. Oh, so you trust the government? Guys, it's so tedious and gay at this point. Because if it's just always going to be, well, I don't trust the government, then fine. Then why? That's fine. Then don't trust anything. Don't be a part of this anymore. Don't trust it then, because I don't know why you're here otherwise. That's fine. I have never said, again, unless they're like a straight up grifter like Candace Owens and Phil Galewski and those types, yeah, I'm going to call them out and say to stay away from those people. Yeah, it's Russian, but I'd rather believe Jewish space lasers at this point. It would be so much easier. But I can tell you guys right now, anyone that hasn't read the affidavit, it's just like you could always tell. You could always tell. So he admitted today that he did this. And Cole's lawyers, who are not very smart and not really, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Educated or no, experienced lawyers to take this on. This is what they're trying to do. Cole's lawyers are now planning to argue Trump's January 6th class-based pardon shields him, claiming the pipe bomb incident falls within the broader J6 timeline DOJ created. If so, a major constitutional fight is coming. Cole's legal team may argue that Trump's January 6th pardon, written to pardon, all targeted everyone involved in the events surrounding that day, functions as a class-based pardon broad enough to include DOJ-linked pre-riot conduct like the pipe bomb incident. Because federal authorities folded that episode into the January 6th security narrative, the defense says it sits squarely within the pardon scope. So they're going to try to use Trump's J6 pardon as a defense for this guy that planted bombs. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And the thing is, like, and I'm seeing in the chats now, like again, they would never fake an affidavit. How do you know it's fake? How do you know it's fake? And again, if these are the types of shit that you're going to continue to see, it's fine. It's just like, you got to give me sauce on it. Give me sauce on why you think it's fake, why you think it's fraudulent. Because at the end of the day, guys, this is where it all comes down to for me. I voted for Trump, and I voted for Trump's people. And I am going to see that through to the end, and we're going to find out whether it was bullshit or not at the end. But until then, I am not going to be a chaos agent and counter messaging every fucking thing that Kash does, Bongino does. They have done tremendous work so far, and people don't understand like what we dodged as a country when you really look into it, what these guys were planning, and what I'm about to show you next, because it is truly fucking evil, truly evil. And anyone that has gotten this far should be fucking grateful that we have gotten this far. Because what we were going to be facing, who the hell knows how bad it was going to get. But I can give you guys a good picture of what they were planning, okay? Now that we know the timeline and when Brian Cole here was getting these components and these bomb components, we can now tie this to the TIP and their plan that was going to be taking down Trump if he had won in 2020, and the tactics used and how far they were going to go to literally overthrow him, even winning the Electoral College. And this is all happening at the same time while Brian Cole was buying bomb components. This is crazy shit, guys. Let's get into it. Here we go. I'm going to back this up just a little bit here to the timestamp that I wanted to. Right here.
Retake the White House in 2024. Spoiler alert, bitches, that happened. GOP activists, possibly encouraged by Trump himself and by far-right media, may seek to do the same thing we're doing as we speak right now in Minneapolis. If the GOP holds the Senate, even more dramatic blocking actions.
I'll give you some context here in just a second.
Hold on a sec. Now here's the money shot. Get this all zoomed. This is again from the highest echelons of power in Washington, D.C., unanimously agreeing that after running this war game exercise on how to successfully stop Trump from getting inaugurated, if he wins a clear election victory in the Electoral College, here are the recommendations in June 2020, exactly when Brian Cole was buying the pipe bomb parts that he would later allegedly deposit at the DNC and RNC headquarters, while you have the former DNC and RNC leaders making these recommendations. One question is whether to continue the tradition of offering legal immunity to pardon his family, to Trump and his family. They wanted to find a way to arrest Donald Trump, to take out Trumpism after Trump.
So what you guys are looking at here is a group of individuals, 70 individuals of military and intel agents that were working together in wargaming all strategies. And they were all based on Trump winning and how they were going to take him out, and also all of Trump's supporters, media, alt media, everything, and to completely extinguish Trumpism. This was their plan. And not only that, but also to use BLM as the goon squad to carry this out. This is what he's reading here. This was their 21-page, basically war game package that was being spearheaded by John Podesta and organizations on the left and the right. And you're going to see what they were wargaming.
To go after Trump and his family, knowingly, consciously. And there needs to be a robust, intentional, and specific strategy to challenge the white supremacist and extremist networks that enabled Trump's rise to power. This base will not automatically demobilize if and when Trump leaves office, and it is inimical to our democracy.
Incredible, dude.
So 5 months before the election, the highest levels of military, intelligence, and political power in the United States of America all got together, did a secret war game to find a way to use riots, nationwide riots, and do favors to the Black Lives Matter movement so that they would owe them favors back to take to the streets against Trump if Trump won the election fair and square, but that they also needed a reason to throw Trump and his family in jail, and they needed a robust, intentional, and specific strategy to go after the networks that enabled Trump's rise to power, because they will not automatically demobilize when Trump leaves office. And they can't be in this country anymore.
They can't be in this country anymore, guys. This is their, and you're going to see, this is a 21-page document. This was their war game.
We need a way to mass arrest them. June 2020, exactly when Brian Cole made his first alleged purchases of the pipe bomb parts. We had some reason to do a mass roundup, not just of Trump, but of Trumpism. All Trump, pro-Trump networks that enabled his rise to power.
And guess who all got nuked, guys, in October of 2020? Myself and the biggest creators on YouTube at the time that were completely delegitimizing Joe Biden. We were part of these networks, and we were all taken out and hunted down by Media Matters and everyone. You guys were there for it. I'm still deplatformed on PayPal, Cash App, everywhere you go. Still cannot get into any of those. Still to this day. Spotify, everything. We were all victims of what he's talking about right now.
Now, would you believe me if I told you that in this section, clear Trump win, this scenario posited a comfortable electoral college victory for Trump. 52 to 47. But they imagined, 286 to 252. But that Biden would win the win the popular vote, so they could try to make some sort of argument that because Biden won the popular vote, that he's the legitimate president. If you remember, that's the play that they were making it at Harvard with Lawrence Tribe and all those guys. Everyone's saying, actually, repeal the Electoral College. The Electoral College is not legitimate. Yeah, you should protest if Trump wins the Electoral College. You'll see they say here, the game, so the game ended in threats of constitutional crisis, threats of secession, but they have to make sure the popular will prevails by abolishment of the Electoral College and making D.C. and Puerto Rico states. Key actions include...
It's crazy, dude.
So they had Bill Kristol and David Frum to...
Listen to this. This is Billy Crystal and William Frum. They were literally playing like drama kids and playing act and wargaming this out in real time with each other.
Never Trump Republicans, role play Trump, and they had John fucking Podesta personally role played Joe Biden.
They were
Hillary Clinton's campaign manager and the guy in charge of the $375 billion slush fund.
They were role playing.
He got promoted. Instead of getting indicted for doing this, John Podesta got promoted to a third of $1 trillion slush fund for his own friends and cronies. So when we put our never Trump friends pretending to be Trump against John Podesta, and the room split on those two camps to role play out how to find a way to get rid of Trump, even if he won the election legally.
The
first priority to legitimize the Electoral College results. That's the fucking law. If that's not legitimate, then how the fuck was it a crime to do the alternate electors plot?
They literally have in writing Trump winning the Electoral College and them undermining that, guys. That is how you legally win presidency in this country and has been the way for a long time. And even for them, they will rip apart the foundations of this country to destroy Trump and Trumpism. And this is why, guys, I laugh at the notion. I fucking laugh at the notion when I hear Israel and Jews and all this other shit. When you actually look at the threat that him and all of us are to the machine, to go through all this for what? If they were just controlled by the Jews anyways, why go through all this? Do you see how retarded and stupid this is? When you actually have to do the work and find this stuff and look into it to understand what's actually happening. Not conspiratard land.
That is the law. They arrested 19 of Trump's lawyers and campaign officials for even thinking about the very thing they all, 70 of them, colluded and schemed to do. So they said Trump's first objective, dastardly, was to say, hey, yeah, the Electoral College is legitimate. By pushing narratives that cast doubt on Biden's popular vote victory and portraying widespread protests of Donald Trump as undemocratic and promoting mob rule. So immediately, play one is Trump wins the Electoral College. Do you see part of why on election night I was so insistent about how the biggest story of the night was the popular vote victory? Because it robs them of this very thing they plotted in 2020. So move one, John Podesta, Jennifer Granholm, Donna Brazil, Rosa Brooks play, hey, remember those Black Lives Matter street protests that we just agreed we were all going to bribe and fund and do favors for so that they would do protests of Trump? Well, we're rolling them out now, and Trump is saying, hey, that's mob rule. I won the election. And they're portraying that as him delegitimizing an illegal thing. He would have won the election.
Crazy.
The Trump campaign, they say, planted agent provocateurs into the protests to ensure they turned violent.
What does that sound like? All right. Yeah.
So this group of high-level military intelligence and political operatives were already thinking in June 2020, as Brian Cole was purchasing his first pipe bomb parts, about planting agent provocateurs into protests.
I want you guys to understand that this was all being war gamed as Brian Cole was buying bomb components, right? And this isn't speculation now. This isn't conspirator land anymore. There's timelines to this shit now. This was all being war gamed in the summer of 2020 as we were going into and out of COVID-19 in the summer of love. This was all happening. George Floyd, this was all happening. Don't tell me it's just there's not much deeper going on here.
To ensure they turned violent. And further, a narrative of a violent insurrection against a lawfully elected president.
Crazy.
They were already thinking about that.
Why would they be thinking about that, guys, in the summer? Before the election even happened? Why would Brian Cole be buying bomb components for his supposed beliefs of a stolen election in the summer before the election even happened? Make it make sense.
Right when Brian Cole was buying the pipe bomb parts that targeted the buildings run by two of the participants in this exercise.
And that's the key here, guys. The two people that are part of this wargaming, the RNC and the DNC heads of both of the buildings that he planted bombs at. And the two of those leaders are wargaming this stuff out in writing.
Okay.
Oh, man. What?
The GOP elected officials team being wargamed by Michael Steele, the former head of the RNC, David Frum, and Bill Kristol, was supportive of Trump's efforts to crack down on Notice how much of this depends on the muscle and scale of these protests. Establishing law and order and defeating the anarchists was a unifying call. The most consequential action of the first term was the Biden campaign's retraction of its election night concession, capitalizing on public outrage and the street protests about electing someone who won the Electoral College. They capitalized on concern about voter suppression. Didn't really count. The Biden campaign began the game So this is a Event 201 style fucking war game. 5 months before it happened, began the game by encouraging 3 states with Democrat governors, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Michigan, to ask for recounts. As the game developed, governors in 2 of the 3 states, Wisconsin and Michigan, sent separate slates of electors. The alternate electors. We're told that's a felony conspiracy crime.
And they wanted a war game and do it themselves.
How many tens of millions of dollars in legal fees did
Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, all these people? Guys, they were wargaming to do this shit themselves, and they dragged these people. This is why Trump pardoned all of them. They dragged these people. Rudy Giuliani almost died because of this shit. And they themselves, before that was even happening, before that coalition had happened to find out about the stolen election of 2020, they were wargaming their own scenarios if Trump had won.
Trump election people have to pay for even considering that. And felony criminal charges brought by the DOJ.
All about protecting democracy. You all remember that?
Dawn raids on their homes. Taken away in shackles by the FBI. Why didn't they do that to Michael Steele and Donna Brazil and Bill Kristol and John Podesta? The GOP failed to convince moderate Democrats in the House to break ranks with the Democratic resistance, much to the GOP's surprise. Part of the strategy here by Team Biden, Team Blob, by these high-level military intelligence and political operatives, was to attack the Electoral College and to claim that the certified popular votes were questionable because of voter suppression.
Now you guys know why the Democrats always say abolish the Electoral College, the popular vote should count. Guys, that is their way. And they're going to continue to do that, guys, after Trump's gone. Guaranteed. They will do everything they can. They're already wargaming it now.
Turns 2 and 3. The Biden campaign actively encouraged Western states, California, Oregon, and Washington. California, Gavin Newsom. Oregon, Portland, Oregon, where the riots, ground zero of the riots. And Washington, Seattle, ground 0.1 of the riots, to break away and secede from the United States, to secede from the Union.
If Trump won, guys, they were actually wargaming scenarios to have these states succeed. This is how far they were willing to go if Trump had won in 2020. You tell me, guys, that he's controlled by the Jews and he's a puppet. Give me a fucking break.
Unless congressional Republicans agreed to give the victory to Biden by giving statehood to Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico, getting rid of the Electoral College.
They were going to blackmail and say, we're going to succeed. We want Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, everything the Democrats been crying about for decades, to give up those demands, and that would be the end of it.
Secede from the Union unless Joe Biden was made the president. This is John Podesta, Michael Steele, Donna Brazil, Rosa Brooks, 70 of them. Second slate of electors again. The Biden campaign took provocative, unprecedented actions, such as supporting California's secession and sending a second slate of electors.
Crazy.
So John Podesta personally role-played that move. Alternate electors.
Yep. Fam, this is a 4-hour stream that he did. And this, to me, was one of the most important parts of it. But it gets into so many other things, guys. And he also gets into how he this blob of 72 individuals were going to use the muscle of BLM to the max, give them all kinds of favors. Guys, we saw it. We saw it happen. It was non-organic. It was all paid for by our intelligence agencies. Even our military was involved with this. Operators everywhere, from politicians to mayors to governors, they were all part of this. They were all part of it. And this is why, fam, that stolen election, in a lot of ways, it could have been a blessing, fam. I know that sounds crazy, but seeing what happened, they tried killing Trump. He didn't die. And then guess what happened? He won the we landslided everybody. We took everything. We completely gouged the deep state when we won that election. It hasn't even been a year, guys. Actually, it has been a year now. It's been a year now. And they wanted to use BLM as the muscle, and they actually write in this document here, street fighting, this will be outside the courts and it'll end up into the streets. And they wanted to rely on that, and they were willing to give, and they did give BLM billions of dollars, guys. We all watched it. BLM was being backed by everybody. Corporate, you had the NFL. I mean, fuck, the NFL. The NFL still has end racism in their end zones today. On the backs of some of the, like even the Buffalo Bills, it's on their helmets still today. Some of the BLM slogans and the messaging. That was their goon squad. And they were going to get extremely violent. And guess what happened? Joe Biden stole the election. You guys remember when Joe Biden told them to all stand down? They all stood down. Because they were going to unleash fucking hell on this country if Trump had won. Going to unleash. And that didn't happen, guys. And we had to endure 4 years. Trump almost getting killed. The whole thing. And then we took it in 2024. Just steamrolled everybody. I just hope people understand where we're at. Again, this is why I'm saying the truth and conspirator land, guys, they don't mix well. They intertwine sometimes, but you're not going to go through all of that effort by so many people, not once just with Russia hoax, but this wargaming, to go that far if he's controlled and this is all just bullshit ran by the Jays, whoever the hell else you want to blame. It's insane. This breaks down the bullshit, guys, and gives you the reality. And this is why I wanted to show it to you. This is why I want to commend Dan Bongino and Kash Patel for doing the good work. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And we're going to get into Dan Bongino's words here in just a minute, guys. And I forgot to tell you guys before the stream, I've been smoking ribs since 11 o'clock this morning. I wanted them to be done before I went live, but that didn't happen. I have to take them off my smoker or I'm going to burn them. So I'm going to leave it on my thumbnail here real quick, guys. I'm going to move everyone over to pill.net right now, and we're going to carry on the show, but I got to pull them off the smoker. I'm not going to have dinner tonight. So Kick, Rumble, X, YouTube, you guys are fantastic. Please move over to pill.net right now. We have so much more of the show to go, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So thank you, guys. This is why you come to these shows, guys. You get a reality check. This is what and if you don't think they're playing this now for 2028, of course they are. They're doing it right now. And don't forget, guys, CISA is when they started implementing in that summer. This all happened in the summer of 2020. It ramped up really bad with all of the censorship on all social media. And then October 15th, 2020, my channel, all of our friends' channels went down. That was all part of this operation because we were so effective and they did not want the Hunter Biden laptop would have destroyed Joe Biden and that he would have lost. There's no doubt he would have lost. That's why we were taken out. And it's a fucking badge of honor that was one of those people that they had to make sure that we were silenced. It is the biggest badge of honor in my life, probably. So we're moving everyone to pill.net, guys. We'll be live tomorrow, I believe. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Please move over to pill.net. The links are pinned in the chat. See you guys over there. Goodbye, my friends.